I'm Hunter. Welcome to my total solar eclipse video. So the light is growing dim, even though it doesn't really show up on this camera. And I tried to film the sun.
This is like a Arctic sunshine.
So I'm thinking of the months-long nights that they have in the Arctic Circle. And it kind of looks like that. It's very dim and air grows cool suddenly from how warm the air was a few minutes earlier.
Feels like we're at the beach.
Kind of like we're at the beach. And unfortunately my camera was really not picking up anything from the sun, so I just tried to look at how my surroundings were getting dim.
I don't know if any of this video is going to show how dim the light is, because it might just be
Think about you
adjusting it.
in the thick of things.
You see, the light is very dim, but the sun is still in the middle of the sky, so it's similar to the light level you get at dusk, but it doesn't have the same shadows that dusk has. It's very strange to have the sun in that position, but dim. And the dimness doesn't really show up in the video because it just adjusts the exposure based on the light, unfortunately.
Without it. Oh, this is, and there's a bird. Yeah, just
So
make
that's a
sure.
bird that only makes its call at dusk or sunrise. So the bird thinks that the sun is going down because the light is growing dim and the air is growing cool.
Oh, this is weird.
Even though the video doesn't really show that.
Oh.
If I had a good camera, I could just, set the, fix the exposure level. That'd be fine.
Oh, that's weird. Wow. That is
Shimmering
so
on the ground.
cool. Oh, there's just a little bit.
Goodbye.
Look at the flicker. The flicker. What's causing the flicker? I don't know. There, it's total.
There it is. There's the diamond.
It's gone.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, we can look at it now, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look
Wow.
at it. Don't look away. Just look at it. You know,
black.
I thought we'd be able to see stars.
Yeah.
And, you know, it makes
So you can see that the sky is still fairly light, even though the ground is really dark. The camera just does not know how to handle this.
So this is
And I still, yeah,
there,
you can
that
see
is
the
a
sunset.
10:15, just past 10:15
Wow.
a.m.
We couldn't see any stars, but some locations allegedly were much darker.
Yeah, that's what
I've
they say.
never seen
Good morning, Mother.
Jessica, stand up.
Wow.
The whole thing just lasted less than a couple of minutes at our location.
Face away.
So it was very brief.
You have these on them. Look how quickly. And it's still flickering again in the grass. See the flickering again when you look in the grass?
Yeah, I do.
This is when you put the things back on.
Yeah. I'm looking down, but notice the
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, I
Why
saw
is it
that
flickering?
shimmer.
Yeah, the shimmer. Why is it doing that?
I don't know, sun flare?
You know what? I think it is just turbulence in the air.
Wow.
Or smoke, maybe.
Wow.
The sun is so close to a point source that it casts really amazing shadows and things that you can see.
Getting brighter now in the second sunrise of the day. Still about 90% blocked by the moon, but most of the light gets through at that point. Not most of the heat, but most of the light.
And that was it. It was just a couple of minutes. The actual eclipse event lasted hours, but the total eclipse events only last a couple minutes.
So does anyone need to be rescued?
I know. Are the rescue services now free? Yeah. Oh, here, let me take your diaper off, baby girl.
This dog had a stroke, so it's
Oh,
got a
and then take your
diaper
boot
and
off.
one of its legs is lame. It's got a boot on so that it can walk around without scraping its paw.
Oh, let me help. Let me.
Now this is a rest stop that we visited on the way down. I had to use the bathroom. The highway is completely clogged, and so is the rest stop. There's a gigantic line over by the women's restroom, And I've never seen such a busy rest stop before. There was no parking, so the cars were taking the truck spaces, 3 cars to a space. That was quite a sight.